Welcome to another episode of Kurdistan This Week, where we bring you the latest in the Kurdistan region from NRT Studios in Somani. Bookending a deadly summer, the Kurdistan region passed 30,000 officially recorded coronavirus cases on Thursday. Nearly 1,200 people have died as a result of the pandemic since the beginning of March. Nearly all of the recorded infections and deaths have come in the last 3 months. At the beginning of June, there were just over 700 total infections and fewer than 10 deaths. Nevertheless, the Kurdistan Regional Government announced the same day that it would resume normal working hours and routines at the region's government ministries and directorates, albeit with some protective measures, including face masks, in place. The decision will only be implemented in Erbil and Duhok, however, with local authorities in Solmani and Halabja opting out and keeping restricted hours at government offices in those governorates. On Monday, a KRG delegation met in Baghdad with the special committee responsible for drawing up the draft federal budget law for 2021. Erbil and Baghdad have been engaged in a long-running budget dispute, with the issue coming to a head in April when the federal government cut off all budget transfers although some of the money was restored in a temporary deal last month. With the Council of Representatives back in session in Baghdad, writing a budget will be among its priorities. On Wednesday, a number of senior government and party officials from the Kurdistan region were in the Iraqi capital for the visit of French President Emmanuel Macron and used the opportunity for meetings with federal officials. NRT reporter Ahmad Zahoui was released without charge by the Asayish in Zaho on Sunday after a week and a half in custody. He was arrested before dawn on August 19th, hours after being prevented from covering a protest at the Ibrahim Khalil border crossing in Duhok Governorate. His arrest and lengthy detention are emblematic of the hostile attitude demonstrated towards the free press by the Kurdistan Regional Government and the ruling parties, despite an unearned reputation for tolerance that depends on favorable comparisons to serial rights violators in Ankara, Baghdad, Tehran, and Damascus. The same day Zahoui was arrested, NRT's offices in Erbil and Duhok were closed down by the local security forces, which are affiliated with the Kurdistan Democratic Party. They remain shuttered. On Monday, a group of activists, journalists, teachers, and public sector workers in the Raparin administration published a letter warning about the deteriorating state of human rights and freedom of expression in the administration. It was addressed to the Council of Representatives, Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi, the UN Assistance Mission for Iraq, European parliaments, and foreign human rights organizations. The letter's authors in particular objected to the arrests of teenage protesters. The Raparin administration is located in northern Solmani governorate, centered on Rania. Like the Garmian administration to the south, its status as an independent administration gives the local officials certain administrative powers separate from the central government. The Patriotic Union of Kurdistan is the dominant political party in the area. Finally, driven by high winds, a large fire burned on Goizha mountain in Solmani city during the early hours of Friday morning, sending a large plume of white smoke into the air. Firefighters from the local civil defense forces responded and were able to extinguish the blaze by early morning. Residents in nearby apartment buildings were evacuated as a precaution. The cause of the fire was believed to be a remnant of a campfire or hookah lit by visitors on the mountain. There were no reports of casualties, though a number of trees were damaged. Summer in the Kurdistan region is extremely hot and dry, leaving its extensive grasslands vulnerable to brush fires. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Kurdistan This Week. If you'd like more information on these stories and others, check out our website, nrttv.com/en, and be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.